Welcome to Subramani. Please hit the bell icon. Please subscribe. I need to increase the number of subscribers, and the good news is the number of women subscribers is going up. More women are watching. I'm very happy with that. I've always been an advocate that women should learn finance and men should learn cooking. I mean, I know it's a very gender thing to say, but it's very common for women to say somebody else manages my money. Okay, sorry, that was a digression. So, what are the things that you can do? Let's say 4 or 5 things which you can do to protect your portfolio in a down market. There's nothing called stable market. There's a Tamil saying which says it's like waiting for the waves to stop to take a dip in the ocean. That will never happen, right? The ocean never stops. The waves don't stop. You have to jump into the water when the waves are on. So if the waves are on, and you have to take a jump and you have to do it. So can you wait to invest in equity markets after it is less choppy or something like that? Well, less choppy, more choppy, much later you have to jump in. So what are the things that you can do, especially in a down market, to protect your portfolio? So first, keep your portfolio diversified. If you don't understand equity markets much, asset allocation is very useful. For somebody who understands equity markets, let's say Mukesh Ambani, Warren Buffett, or any of the Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, late Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, or some of those people, they understand equity markets, right? They know what they're doing. So their money can be more, or they need to worry less about asset allocation. So somebody who understands equity markets will have a concentrated equity portfolio. Somebody who's like a Niranjan Hiranandani I have no clue about his portfolio, may have a concentrated real estate portfolio. He is, after all, the part of Hiranandani Construction, or Rajan Raheja, or any of those people could be more concentrated towards real estate, and Rakesh Jhunjhunwala kind of people would be more concentrated towards equity. That's fair enough. So, but for somebody much lesser, somebody with 10 crores, 20 crores, 30 crores net worth, this is not huge amount of net worth, or even less than that, maybe 5 crores. You need to keep your portfolio diversified, because when equity markets are down, your portfolio should not look too much in the red. For somebody with a big amount in equity, they will still have enough money for their day-to-day living, right? So I'm sure whether it is Niranjan Hiranandani or Mukesh Ambani or any of those people, their day-to-day living and their earning, there is no connection. So I'm not talking about such people. For normal people, it is necessary to have a diversified portfolio. So when there is a 10% fall in your portfolio, or in the equity portfolio, the overall percentage fall may be only 3% or 4% if it's a well diversified portfolio. I'm not even saying it's the best thing to do, but if your understanding is that your portfolio should always be like this, then it is necessary to have a diversified portfolio. If you are allowed, if you don't mind a wild fluctuation in your equity portfolio, in your total portfolio, then you can have a more concentrated equity portfolio. I have a more concentrated equity portfolio, but the confidence that I can have a more diversified, I can have a more concentrated portfolio comes from the fact that my expenses are low and my dividend income is enough to cover my expenses. So that's a different situation, but otherwise having a diversified portfolio helps, because during a bad market or bad equity market, if debt is doing well, if gold is doing well, overall you don't feel that your net worth has fallen too much, right? Another important thing to do is, many people think of risk as a one-time exercise. It's not a one-time exercise. Risk evaluation is something which you should be doing very often, maybe every 6-7 months, because things can change. A birth, a death, a marriage, a divorce, any of these things could change. Even divorce is one of the worst ways of financial erosion. You could just wipe out all your money because of a bad divorce, right? So assess your risk on a regular basis. Some things may change. You may not be very sure about the technology in which your company is working, so the company may shut down. It's not that the company sacked you. Maybe you think you're very important, you're only 42 years of age, but the company may shut down because of change of technology. Think of all those weaving masters and spinning masters who worked in textile mills in India in the 1970s. They were reasonably well off, right? Their children went to good schools, they wore socks and shoes and went to English medium schools. Suddenly they all had to be pulled out because they had fantastic skill in a industry which just did not give them jobs. So many of them had dramatic changes in their lifestyle. So constantly keep assessing your risk And very importantly, look at life, look at your portfolio from a long-term perspective. If you have a 2-year-old son and a 4-year-old daughter or a 5-year-old daughter, you are accumulating money for their education, their marriage and their well-being and your own retirement. When you have these age kids, maybe you're 33, 34, then all your goals are long-term. Your retirement is long-term, your children's education, children's marriage, whatever else you want to do, everything is long-term. The only short-term goals you could have is perhaps your vacations and things like that. So when you look at your portfolio, very clearly understand that is money which I require in the long term, and in the short term the equity markets do fluctuate, and since I am not going to remove the money, since I am not going to touch the money, I have a job which pays me well and I am going to live in with my money, I don't have any problems. So I will not bother looking at my money on a 15-day basis or 20-day basis and worry about it, right? Or one more thing which I think is very useful is keep your debt portfolio separately, gold portfolio separately, and your equity portfolio separately, even in storing it, right? So the fluctuation which you see in equity is only in equity. You will not see any great fluctuation in gold or debt. Maybe you keep all other non-equity assets in one place and keep looking at both of them separately. Maybe you have 50 lakhs in equity and that falls to 40 lakhs, but maybe you have 1 crore or 1.5 crore in debt and gold, and that is 1 crore has become 1 crore 2 lakhs or 1 crore 3 lakhs. That does not fall. So overall you can look at it. Other ways to keep everything together, because overall impact on your portfolio may not be much, but whatever it is, you have to have a long-term perspective, and having a short-term perspective can be very scary and very, very damaging, right? It can be damaging to your wealth. Next, tap into tax efficiency. Most people don't do it, right? So if you have not created any wealth for your wife and you're 55 years of age, you can ask your adult grown children to give money to their mother on a regular basis and build up capital, because 12 lakhs of tax-free income for the husband, 12 lakhs of tax-free income for the HUF, 12 lakhs of tax-free income for the wife is 36 lakhs of tax-free income. Believe me, it's far more than sufficient for you to live your life. So make sure that your money is in the mutual fund and you withdraw. You don't transfer assets directly to your minor children or to your wife from where income is generated. So doing simple things like putting money in a nice equity fund for your children when they're young and withdrawing only when they are 18 makes sense, because then they're going to pay almost no tax, right? So doing all these things, tap into tax efficiency, go to a chartered accountant who understands investment, or go to an investment expert who understands taxation. It's not very common. Many investment professionals have no clue. They don't even tell you how to withdraw money to buy a house. It's as simple as that. So because sometimes you should not be withdrawing money from your mutual funds to buy a house, but you should be selling your shares to buy a house, because that is more tax efficient. You don't pay tax. So not enough number of people understand both investments and taxation. You have to go to such a person for your tax efficiency. Once you're tax efficient in a down market, you hurt less, right? Another thing which I keep saying this, but not everybody does, is stay aware of what you're buying, what you're selling, what are the new instruments which are coming. Is it useful for you, or say no? Seek help when you need it. Don't just pretend that, oh, I can do everything on my own. I've read so many articles, so many journalists have said, do you be a DIY, you can save fees. Yes, you can save fees, but I've seen more people getting hurt. In fact, one journalist feels so bad about the advice that he gave. He's become an advisor, and now he's actually selling mutual funds. So these kind of things will happen. So stay aware, know what is happening around you, and please seek help. Like if you have a heart attack, you go to a doctor. If you have a depression, you go to a psychiatrist. If you're financially not sure about what you're doing, at least go and have your portfolio reviewed. No, I don't do that, don't come here, but just go to a professional and get it done. There's no reason why I can't do a portfolio review, but I'm not good at it. Thank you.